Welcome to Season 2, Episode 9 of Shop Talk presented by PopBet with Caleb Schryer, Caleb Schryer Racing. All right, Caleb, thanks for having us up here to your shop, visiting your race operation. The first thing I always ask everybody is, how did you get started in racing?
So we started off with dirt bikes 2017 up until 2019, give or take. Ended up breaking my neck before that and met my wife, and her dad had raced previously, so he's like, let's get you in something a little safer, and then kind of brought a kid into the picture, so it's kind of a definite push to get a cage around me. And we ended up buying our first car in 2019, never raced it, sold it before we even raced it, and then kind of just progressed from there. Went to Canada to pick up a race car and built one in about 2 weeks, and ended up racing first race at Brownstown.
Gotcha.
So,
what was the first car? What was your first cage car that you raced?
First cage car was an 05 Masterbuilt. We bought out of Canada. It was updated to like a 2009. We ran that one all of 2019 and part of 20, and ended up, Tater had a car down there that they put on a jig, and we ended up buying that one and building another one mid-season. So
I got you. So is late models the only thing that you ever ran as far as cage cars go?
Yeah, I jumped from a dirt bike into a crate late model.
There you go.
So there was no transition. My thinking to it was, this is where I want to end up, so why kind of just bounce in between? Yes, you learn a little bit more about racing, and I probably should have done it. Hindsight now, but it was ultimately what I wanted to do.
Right.
Drive late model, so we just went forward.
So so from 2019 to now, you've just been in crate cars.
Yes, sir.
What's some of your biggest accomplishments in those years so far racing?
Well, we got the second place in Twin Cities Track Championship, and then finished 8th in points this year. Won some heat races, won some B-mains. The big W has eluded me so far, so hopefully we can get there.
What's some of let's talk a little bit. We're going to talk about too on the tours thing here in a little bit, but the Kerry Reed Memorial. I know that's a big race. How did that all come together? How did you guys get started on that? Because I know you guys are a big part of that. And that's the reason why this happened. So
basically, Kerry was my father-in-law. He got me into this deal. He ate, sleep, and breathed racing.
Right.
And he passed away, I want to say 2020. And my mom wanted to do something just to kind of keep his memory alive and, just help out for the racers. So that's why it's kind of is what it is. We don't do it for us per se as much as we just want to have a good race just in his honor that pays out decent.
Right. And for you crate guys too, it's nice to have those types of races throughout the year.
Yeah.
Just something bigger than just regular shows.
Yeah.
But what's some of your 2023 plans? I know you got a new car.
Hopefully, keep it on all fours. I'm not saying we're going to run championship for Brownstown. I didn't really want to run for points last year, but we kind of roped into the top 10, and I figured we could, if we stay there, get a little bit of money at the end of it and be done. As of now, I've got 24 races that I know we're going to hit. Gonna go down to Kentucky, Tennessee some, probably in Ohio. Towards the end of the year, we're probably gonna go back down to Mississippi and run their jambalaya race down there. Just go where we wanna go.
Gotcha. We're gonna talk about some of the sponsors too in the car when we walk around, but I gotta know, where did the number 422 come from?
So that is the day that me and my wife got together, April 27th.
Okay.
So that's just, when we started racing bikes, that's what she wanted, so that's what we went with.
I got you.
So it's just kind of stuck.
It's kind of a unique number, and I've always wondered, I was like, where does the 422 come from?
Yep.
It definitely makes sense. So, I always talk about, what's your favorite track, like, that you've raced at since you started racing? Cage cars.
So everybody say, Brownstown
Right.
and stuff like that. I'm a Twin City guy. I like Twin Cities, Rock Castle, places with walls.
Gotcha.
I prefer to run a wall than on the bottom.
Right.
It's something about putting a wall there that just it eliminates the men from the boys.
Right.
So probably North Vernon.
North Vernon. Okay, so we're going to do a fast five. I do this with all the drivers, so I'll ask you 5 questions, one word answer, or you can explain your answer if you want to explain your
Okay.
answer. So, first question is, what's your favorite movie?
Backdraft.
What's your favorite restaurant?
That's a hard one.
It is a hard one.
Ruth and Chris.
That's a nice steakhouse. What's a track that you have never raced that you want to race at?
East Bay.
East Bay. Slick track or tacky track?
Tacky.
A race car that you've never raced that you want to race?
Modified.
Modified. That's a good answer. All right, so now we're going to walk around. We're going to check out Caleb's shop. We're going to get more in depth with his racing career because there's a lot of door panels from years past, pictures, and that type of stuff. So stick with us. All right, so now we're going to walk around your shop, talk about what you got going on, your race program, and all that stuff. First, let's talk about the new car and some of the sponsors you have on here, because I know sponsors have helped you out a ton this year, so I know you want to give a shout out or whatever.
So this is a 19 Capital that Tyler originally shared on Facebook. And with us hunting a car, everybody around here kind of runs good on Capital, so
Right.
we just kind of went for it. But definitely couldn't have done it without sponsors. We lost a lot of money of that last year. So we got Superheat Solutions, Crowder's Pharmacy, Pure Max Racing Oils, Hoosier Motorsports, Hypercoil, exclusive mobile grooming, Rev B Entertainment, Roger Wetzel, Patty Martin, Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance, CSR Performance. He's helped out a bunch, not only with the race car, but with putting that Memorial race on this year. Steve is a heck of a guy, and gotta give a shout out to him. But no, like I said, we couldn't do it without the guys. I mean, we are definitely a limited budget operation,
Right.
and I've been really fortunate this year to have some really good sponsors help get this thing going.
So I know we've been talking about credit cards since we got started, but we got to talk about this project we got going on in the shop. Every shop talk we do, we're going to check out the shop, what's going on. What's going on here?
So
You got a Hornet in here too.
this is an endeavor for me to kind of help a lower class, basically. So, like I said, we've been fortunate this year to have some really good sponsors. So to kind of level out my juju, this is John Bowling Jr.'s Hornet car. We're sponsoring him this year. He was actually building this thing in his driveway, and me and his dad were talking. I was like, just bring it over to the shop. I said, we can slide my car over. And I said, I'll pitch you, $500 or $600. We'll
Right.
just give you a place to, do your thing, not out in the driveway with the elements, with stuff scattered everywhere. So
Right, especially in the winter.
yeah, this is kind of where we ended up. So I put the cage in one of the cars that he had, and then we ended up rolling this one in yesterday and started working on it. And I think this is the one that he'll run next year, and I'm pretty sure he's going to sell the one that's outside. So
Gotcha.
yeah, it's another way for me to help somebody else. I mean, I'm in it for the racers. If there's a way I can help somebody else, I'm going to do it. So
Absolutely.
here we are.
So it's kind of like a multi-race shop then. Crate cars, Hornets.
We did a little bit of everything. We've ran 2 crate cars out here at one point. So
Yeah.
it's a fun little gig.
Maybe whatever keeps you busy, right? I do want to talk about this picture. We talked about this a little bit off air. So this is your first crank car that you ever owned, right?
Yes, sir.
And that was in 2019?
Yes, sir.
Gotcha.
Yep.
That was a Masterville?
Yes, sir.
Right?
Yeah, everything to this point has been Masterville
Masterville.
besides the capital car.
I got you. What trophy is this?
So that is my second in points at Twin
I
City.
got you.
And then the big one beside you, that is
This one here?
the first memorial race that Tyler Collins won. He was nice enough to kind of donate that back to us, so
I got
we
you.
have it as a memento for that deal.
Yeah. It's a pretty cool deal. And then this is your storage area over here.
So it was kind of an unorganized mess. So the top couple shelves are mine. The bottom shelf I kind of designated for all the Don's stuff. So he's got a place here that he can store his stuff, and
I
I've
got you.
stretched out everywhere.
And then this is your the Carrie Rube Memorial banner, right?
Yes, sir. That was from last year.
I got you. You have a new banner this year and so
Yes,
with all
sir.
the sponsors and stuff on it.
Yep.
And then we got some door panels over here. We'll talk about these door panels. So this is 2019 behind us.
Yep.
And then you said the top one's 2020.
Yep.
And it just goes down. This
Yep.
is last year's car.
Yes, sir.
The one on the bottom.
Yep. We believe Revan's racing around here.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. That bottom panel is definitely a race version, ain't it? That's pretty awesome. That Flag to Flag media sticker looks good on there too.
It stayed and survived. Maybe put some more of them on the other car. Maybe it'll stay clean.
Yeah, put them all over it, maybe
Yeah,
it'll stay
man.
clean.
Maybe we just need to stick them everywhere. Just
Right.
flag on all the corners. That way we can keep
Yeah.
it clean.
The cool part about this, when I talk to you about doing this shop talk, is, you know, everybody has different size shops. We
Yeah.
talked about that, but it's still cool. Like, I just like everybody's shop, whether it's, you know, we've been seeing some one car garages, we've seen some 10,000 square foot shops. You know, it's just cool that you guys make it happen no matter what shop that you work in. That's the cool part about racing.
So before we moved here, we built 3 cars out of a 15 by 20 with no windows.
Really?
Like 3 little light bulbs down the center. That's what our first shop was.
Really?
So I was so pumped when my wife found this house. 'Cause at the time we were fixing to be homeless.
Right,
I sold my house without even like listing it.
right.
So we had X amount of days to get out. Thankfully we found this one, and I was like, "Hey, that shop's got heat."
It's got
I was
heat
like,
in
"It's
it.
got windows. We can
Right.
stick a window unit in there." I said,
Yeah.
"I'm living in luxury over here."
Right.
So
So you got an attic. I mean, there's an
Yeah.
attic door. Like, this is awesome.
and then we got the garage under the house where you can keep stuff, and the trailer's loaded down with stuff. Since we're got 2 cars in here right now, so we've got
Right.
everything kind of scattered out just to kind of make room to keep everything going.
But still make it happen. That's the main thing. I think it's cool. So you got a Trent Collins door,
Yes, sir.
and you got a Daryl Lanigan door.
Yes, sir.
Those are just memorabilia.
Yeah.
Did Trent give you that door?
Yeah, I had bought some stuff off him off a master built car that he had, and I was like, "What are you gonna do with that door?" I was like, "I just got a new shop. I need some stuff to hang in." And
Right.
he ended up giving me a door, so we've got a bunch of stuff off them Collins boys. They're always good people.
Oh yeah, they're,
So-
they're good people. Then you got some. Let's go back to your old racing days here. Are these some of your races that you raced in with your
Yep.
dirt bike stuff and?
Yeah, there's a selected few. We've had at one point in time, I think 30 of them. And my wife, when we moved, we didn't pack them all. We
Right.
just started throwing them away, and that's what made it here.
So when you guys racing them, that's what they give you for like
Yep.
trophies or something?
Yep.
I got you. Those are pretty cool though.
So.
Look like magazine covers.
It's pretty cool. I actually have one in the house that actually has my bike on it.
Oh,
We
really?
made one, and
Yeah,
it's pretty cool. So
that's pretty awesome. Who helps you on this operation? Let's talk about that for a second.
so at the track, it's normally me and my buddy Chandler. Occasionally we'll have like my dad and my mom's boyfriend Bobby come in, and we'll have some help here and there. But 90% of the time when we go, it's me and Chandler.
Chandler.
We'll go really anywhere. It's a fly by the seat kind of deal. Like Taylor got me roped into going to Rock Castle last year. It was between Rock Castle, Brownstown, and there was another place around. And I was like, "Where do you want to go?" And he's like, "Let's go to Rock Castle." Well, we pulled down there, and there was 50-some crate cars.
Oh,
and I was
my.
like, Chandler, I said, what are we doing?
What do we get ourselves into?
Well, we ended up making a show out of that deal, and I was like, all right, well, I'll let you slide on this one,
Right.
but don't do that again.
Don't do that again.
But no, through the week, it's me. I keep up on it. Chandler might come over on Fridays if I still haven't got a bunch done.
Right.
But normally it's just me and him.
Gotcha.
So.
Well, like I said, we definitely appreciate you letting us come up here and check your shop out. We definitely, wish you the best in 2023. I know you had a rough ending to 2022, so hopefully 2023 is a lot more kind to you. Make sure that you subscribe, make sure you like this video, make sure you share it out, and appreciate it. Thank you
Yes,
for
sir.
us up. So until next time, we'll see you down the road.